vital that you keep Ichigo from fighting anymore.
Who the hell are you people?
What'd you say? No matter what happens, I'll always be me.
I'm tapping out! Ow!
What's up, everybody? I said that I wanted to make anime content, and I figured why not start with my favorite anime of all time, Bleach. So let's go over my top 5 favorite moments of the entire series. And again, this is my favorite moments. I'm not saying that these are the best. These are just the moments that I go back to. So let's start off with number 5. El Directo. So Chad is one of my favorite anime characters of all time. Not only is he a chill, strong, gentle giant, he is also Latino like me. And, you know, after the upset that is him versus Shishui, or however you probably said that wrong, which, I mean, he was fighting Captain. There's no way he was going to win. And, you know, after getting smacked by Yami one time and pretty much being on death's door, it was like, Kubo, please give me something good to eat. And once we got to the Arankar arc, he was like, I got you, don't worry. And so to show that him and Uryu have, you know, learned from their past training and from their time in the Soul Society, they're both stronger, ready to go. He gets, not only does he have the new arm, right? He has more power, just hits the dude with one punch, and it is over. And it's like, all right, we're stronger now, we're ready to go. Let's go get Orihime. So yeah, this is one of those moments that I always come back to. Just a quick punch, but again, just like super hype for me as a Chad fan.
I've come here to rescue you. You got it?
What a fool. I'm not going to say thank you. I won't.
I didn't expect you to.
What a moment of, you know, not only the arc, but the entire series of just like, you know, Rukia is how we started, him saving, her saving him, right? And so having the opposite at the end of this arc just kind of feels like a good spot for where we're at, because like the substitute arc into the Soul Society arc just feels like so like they're two separate stories, but it kind of just feels like one really long story. So it's just great to have him finally have that moment of saving his friend and, you know, kind of doing a middle finger to the whole Soul Society and specifically her brother, who's kind of a piece of shit, especially what the fuck, at this time in the series. And it's just this great, you know, hype moment, emotional moment. And, you know, this is back when there's also a little more humor in the series too. So, you know, he just yeets her right at Renji, and she's like, I know you're not gonna throw. He's like, here you go, yeet.
Look out below! God, you're insane!
I think it just has like everything, and, you know, kind of built up to this moment, and it's just, you know, cool and funny and emotional in all the right way. So yeah, I could not have this one in my top 5.
You see, I've had a change of heart, and I can't allow myself to get beaten by someone like you.
This is one of those, like, it's so funny when you think about it, right? So he's basically like, listen, my girl's watching, I gotta lock in, and then hits him with a mean one. And what's great about the lead up to this moment is that a lot of people forget that Grimmjow versus Ichigo the first time when they're in Katakura Town, right? He hits him with like a 50-piece combo, right? Like everyone's like, oh, JJK, like we've been here before. Like anime's been doing that, but like this is one of those moments that, that stood out to me of just like Grimmjow just kicking his ass, right? So you finally get the Uno reverse, except he's not at full power because Orihime's feeling some type of way because he got the mask on, and then you have, rightfully so, because it reminds me of her brother who almost killed her, after his death and when he turned into a hollow. But then you have Nelliel be like, hey, like, listen, he's here for you. We should be cheering him on. He's fighting for technically both of us to keep us safe. So, like, I know he looks scary, but, like, he's here for you. Like, cheer him on. And she's like, damn, you're right. She snaps out of it. And he's like, okay, cool. She's not scared of me anymore. My baby girl's back. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta impress. And Grimmjow just isn't, he didn't see the sign coming until it was too late. So again, it's just so funny for him to be like, sorry, my girl's watching. Bow, and just cuts him right down the middle. It's funny and awesome at the same time. So yeah, this is one of those. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this moment, but it is always been a special moment for me.
Do it.
I mean, how can I bring out Bleach and not talk about Ichigo going full hollow? Not only is it terrifying, right? But I always forgot, or not always. I forgot about the lead up to it because I watched Bleach when it first, or a couple years after it originally like finished, I guess you would say, or at least like the main part with like Aizen finished. But during COVID, specifically lockdown, I watched it again with my friend because he had never seen it, and the constant idea of like White being, or whatever, I forget his actual name, being like, hey, listen, if you slip up, I'm gonna take over, right? And then you finally get that moment of where he just takes over and he is just a deep, like, he's not even talking, like, he's such a yapper inside Ichigo's head, but when he takes over, it's all action. He is just crushing Ukiura, who again is at second form, which is, he's the only one to ever do it, and he's just, Hollow Ichigo is pretty much just like unstoppable. And he is a demon. Like, even Ukiura is like, half a body, maybe even less than that technically, and he's like, yeah, let me just destroy you even more. And it's like, oh my god, what a beast, to let out of the cage. It's just crazy and scary and awesome, and it's all the good things. It's like when the Hulk hits the battlefield, but like not from the MCU, but like that in the comics. So yeah, it's just this moment has always been awesome. I always go back to it, and I feel like this is just one of those, like, when people bring up Bleach, you can't not bring up Ichigo going full hollow, because I mean, come on, it's sick.
La muerte.
As I said, Chad is one of my favorite anime characters, and specifically my favorite character of Bleach. So, number one, and I always go back to this moment, episode 158, baby. It is him versus Gantenbein. This is where he finally gets his full powers. He's like, hey man, sorry, things felt weird, but I ever finally figured it out. And he got his new arm, which is like a shield, and he's kicking his ass, and Gantenbein doesn't know what to do, and he's like, hey man, actually, I'm sorry again, that was just half my power. Now I got another power on top of it. When I first watched this episode, I was like, mind blown, super hype, like, it was crazy. And then he hits him with La Muerte, makes that sick skull in the back of the wall, as if he needed to be any cooler for me. And we don't need to talk about what happens right after that, but yeah, this is just one of those moments I always go back to, because he's just crushing him. He's like faster than him. He's throwing he uses his resurrection Gantenbein, and he's throwing his little lasers at him, and Chad's like, get that out of my face. And it's just like, this is the moment I've been waiting for, and unfortunately the series has never given me this again. But this is just, anytime I'm in the mood for Bleach, I can't not rewatch 158. Yeah, this is my favorite moment of Bleach of all time. That being said, let me know what your favorite moment from Bleach is. There's so many awesome moments. Obviously, I can't go through all of them, or I might not feel the same about all of them. So yeah, let me know what some of your top moments are that I didn't bring up, or what you feel about the ones that I did bring up. I will be doing more anime content down the line, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, peace.